So why aren't they making an offer? That's the question that every seller has while they watch a buyer walk down that driveway after showing. To try and answer that question, I've run hundreds of actual buyer responses through a multitude of databases to find out exactly why. The results, they'll surprise you. You'll want to stick around and hear them all. And it's not just the price. So consider this. You've had 15 showings and the buyer's agent says the feedback is, that's a great house, or they love the kitchen. But here's the reality. Great house is a polite way of saying no. In 25 years as a realtor with Century 21, I've learned that the reason you aren't getting offers, it isn't what people are saying to your face. It's what they're whispering in the car on their long drive back to the city. So today I'm sharing 6 silent deal killers that we've identified through our proprietary data. No fluff, no smoke blown, towards anyone's anatomy, just a candid, unvarnished reality. Well, it's spring, the bugs are here. First, the gap. Most sellers think magazine quality photography is just for show. It's not. In 2026, the first showing happens on the smartphone. And if your online photos look like, $1 million, but the lived in reality when they walk in the door, well, if they feel like a discount, buyer feels bait and switched the moment they walk in. And as a certified residential stager, I see this too often. And if the essence of the room doesn't match the scroll, buyer feels cheated and the offer dies before they even, check out the backyard. We talk a lot about what buyers see, but let's talk about what they smell and what they hear. Our data shows that lived-in scents, pets and heavy cooking, or even those cover-up floral sprays that trigger a maintenance alarm in a buyer's brain, they aren't thinking about the scent, they're thinking about replacing the carpet. Pair that with a home that's too empty, with the echoes bouncing off the walls, and the house just feels cold. And when buyers buy on emotion, if the house doesn't feel like their home, they're not writing a check. This is the big one. Buyers in today's market are math heavy. And if they see a fogged window pane or cracked tile or a 15-year-old water heater, they don't see a $500 fix. They see a $5,000 headache. And, buyers, they overestimate the cost of repairs by a multiple of Jupiter to protect their downside. My advice, fix the small stuff now. Prepare to lose 5 times that amount at the negotiating table otherwise. The radical honesty, the market will penalize your to-do list much more than your repair cost actually cost. I live here in the Hideout. I bike the roads, I hike the trails, I paddle the lakes. I know that a buyer isn't just buying your 4 walls. They're buying into the neighborhood, into the lifestyle and on your street. So if your neighbor's parcel is a mess and there's a nuisance factor that you become blind to, well, the buyer sees that. They see it instantly. So you have to sell that lifestyle to overcome the location. And if you don't address the neighborhood narrative in your marketing, you're leaving the buyer to invent, their own negative one. And you don't want that to happen. We have to talk about the ego price. Many sellers, they want a price for what they need to get or what they think it's worth because, of the memories they made there. But you can't put a price on those emotions, unfortunately. But the portal data is clear. Buyers compare your home to the last 3 that sold last month, not last year, not in 2022. If you're priced over market, you're not leaving room to negotiate. You're just making your neighbor's house look like a bargain. Selling a home in today's market requires more than a post and a prayer. It requires a storyboard and an accurate, strategic, photographic perspective, and an agent who isn't afraid to tell you the truth, quite honestly. The buyers are actually saying about homes here in Lake Ariel and in the Hideout, we have the data. So if you want to know what they're saying, give me a call. I'm Mark with Century 21 Select Group, and I live right here in the Hideout. And let's get your house sold. Type audit in the comments below, and we'll get together and do an evaluation of a home and let you know where you stand. All right. After all, that's what I do.